Yo, oh shit, my bad. Yo, what's poppin'?
Was good, was good.
What's goody, man? What's going on? What you think, man?
Man, it's an interesting topic, man. So the last point you just made about the nice nigga shit. So yeah,
Mhm.
Joel, he might be too nice. Feel me? When I was younger, my sister said she broke up with a nigga because he was too nice. And that shit kind of blew my mind, feel me? Like, damn, niggas get broken up with because they too nice. So damn. So yeah, that's some crazy shit, feel me? So I'm a nice nigga. I'm gonna keep it 100. But in relationships, women think I ain't shit. But in real life, and just regular like social environments, I'm a pretty nice nigga. Um, the oh, I'm gonna take it back. So you said that the like to the balloon episode when you said that niggas was being disrespectful first. I don't think that's true when it comes to the panels. Like, yeah, they was probably doing that shit on that show because that's the type of environment they in. But on this, I'm gonna bring it back to the Tay episode. Feel me? With the if you see it, suck a lick it or suck it or lick it, whatever. And you see how she said it to him, he said it back, and she felt disrespected. She took it overboard. Feel me? He was just like, "Fuck it. If you could say it, I could say it." She took it overboard. Don't you disrespect my husband? So you know how that shit went. And last point, I'm gonna make two more points. So this is Ilkan.
Hold
Ilkan
on, let
always
me
say,
ask you a question though.
"All right, go ahead,
This is gives me cause for pause, right?
go ahead."
I think that what happens is everything matters, but they don't want everything to matter.
Who
So
was
this
that?
is what I mean. Everybody seemingly, or let's say the men for a second. You in the chat talking wild shit. You get up here because you ain't being rude up here. What you was saying in the chat, what you said last week, don't apply.
I don't think that's true.
There's a lot of Nick. Well, let me just explain it. There's people who talk shit. I very only time I address the chat if somebody like call me a liar. But generally speaking, I don't really say much about nothing. But if I catch them and they hit on the link, I'm going to get at them. You see what I'm saying? So if you just looking, it might be like, oh, what? Nah, you've been running your mouth. So,
So you know that's me, bro. You know that's me. I be talking big cash shit in the chat, feel me? But
so
I know I expect shit to be talking back when I get on the panel. I don't expect a kumbaya moment, feel me? But
yeah,
don't take I mean, you can't tell somebody how to react, but like eventually when are you trying to have this conversation? And like is the truth gonna piss you off or like I call people dumb a lot. Dumb. I don't know. That's probably subjective, but
it is subjective, nigga. You so
but
what I'm just saying, go ahead, go ahead.
I mean, it's hard. I mean, it ain't as subjective as you think, as you like to say. Feel me? People know dumb when they see it. And
Okay,
then, all right. So Ilkan, he said this is one of his arguments that women fake it with everybody else, and this is true shit. I believe this. Women fake it with their friends. They fake it at work. They act like they can. They not miserable. They act like they not unhappy. They always joyful when they with their friends, but they don't fake it with they man. So I want you to fake it with me like you fake it with everybody else. Stop giving me all the misery. Oh, I'm not happy. I'm not happy. No, I don't fake it. Fake it like you fake it with your friends.
what
Fake
do
it
you
like you fake it
mean?
with your boss.
What do you mean?
It's pretty self-explanatory. Women fake it with everybody. They go on a girls trip. They act like they're having a great time. They go out with their friends. They act like they're having a great time. They fake it with their bosses, their employers, employees. They act like they're decent. But when they get home with their man, it's the point. When they say, "How many women do you hear complaining on the panels?" Because they're faking it. But as soon as they get home with their men, the men get all of the real them. All of the misery pours out, like I said. And niggas don't want that shit. Go
Well,
ahead.
but you know, women's relationships are slightly fickle. You know, women fall out a lot. When they depict that girls trip movie, what happened on that trip?
Agreed, fam. And look, and what
But
did they
when
say?
but the point is though, if they
And they have to
falling out
fake
all
it.
the time,
They
if
have to
they
fake it.
Go
And
ahead.
that's the reason they have to fake it. Like you said, like when you had the all women's panel, they said they don't give each other pushback because women are so fickle. They have to fake it with each other, or they didn't say fake it with each other, but they just said they have to be quiet or let the women say what they gonna say.
They tread lightly.
Tread lightly. Tread lightly with me too. I don't want to hear all the fucking misery, and you don't got to tread lightly with me because your friends are gonna trip, but you don't think I'm a trip. So you could give me all the fucking all the mean shit. I'll say, or all the
How
fucking
how does this
disrespect.
manifest? How does this manifest?
It manifests how you see it. Women do not act up when they at work. Well, they do a little bit, but they know how to control it a little better when they at work. When they with their friends, they control it a little better. But when they with their men or when they in public, they know how to act up and act right. They act like everything is when you see them on social media, everything is fine and dandy.
Okay.
But when they with their men, when they get home, it's all oh, I'm so miserable. Life is so hard. Everything is falling on my head. Like, fake it with me too. I don't want to hear all that shit. It's a bunch of bullshit most of the time anyway. It's a
So
bunch
you
of made up shit. Go ahead.
so you do you disagree with the sentiment that so you saying black women are not bad workers, right? Like they don't have attitudes at work. You have
No,
to make your point. You have to.
no. Well, they're the worst, but they know how to limit it because they don't want to get fired. You feel me? I know how to not conceive, motherfucker.
Okay, so you said they. So you saying they bad at work? They just worse at home, bro.
Yes, yes. Fucking excellent. Hey, you smart, motherfucker. You smart, bro.
Okay.
All right, and last point I have, man. This is kind of a point. So me and my boy, we started a conversation, and he was like, "Nigga, you could fuck. I fuck sixes, sevens, and eights sometimes. Feel me? But I can't really keep them. And it's because he's like, why can't you keep them? Then he was a hater. Feel me? I'm like, nigga, because I don't got the bread to keep them. These hoes got a lot of options, and they want a nigga with bread. Or sometimes I'm too nice. Feel me?
Mhm.
So how did I say that point? The point was they want money for the most part. Feel me? Niggas could dabble in the sixes, sevens, and eights, but they look for more than just looks. Feel me? So that's pretty much. I don't know why I said that last part.
What the hell are you talking about?
I don't know why I said that last point. I forgot why. I didn't put why I wrote it down. Feel me? I just wrote it down. So, but I didn't really. All right, that's it. That's it.
Okay, so they saying that you cuffed that from Nikki Giovanni and Baldwin. Is that right?
Say that again.
Well, I think we got to look it up now. Are you saying that? So when Sis asked the question, she says that black men overwhelmingly are disrespectful and disloyal.
It's a fucking lie.
What you think?
She is not telling the truth. She just being dishonest. Um,
Now,
black
let
men.
me ask you a question though. So if Sis anecdotal experience, right, doesn't have black men around her being disrespectful overall, right? And then she get on the internet. She not an internet she just I'm on the internet, right? And she hearing all these conversations, and her takeaway is that niggas is disrespectful. Would she be wrong?
She would be wrong.
How?
Women interpret how you can say something to your girl and she'll say it back to you completely different than what you said. And that's how women interpret these conversations. You say, hey, the sky is blue. She be like, don't tell me, she say some shit that you didn't say. And that happens all the time.
Okay.
Like, he didn't even say that. So that's what they do. They interpret it. They interpret whatever they want to interpret. And then they say, hey, he was disrespecting me or whatever they want to say. And that's how women look at shit. That's how women hold conversations.
Okay. So question. If you I forgot. Okay, so let's break it down one by one. Okay. Let's say we look at the stat of women being black women being the least attractive. You heard that one before?
Sure, yeah. At least
Do you
wanted,
even
they
date?
say.
Do you date women of other races?
I dabbled before, yeah. I dabbled a couple
No,
times.
but I'm saying like you ever had a
Consistently, no, I'm
girlfriend?
consistently black. No. Yeah, consistently black.
You ever had a girlfriend that was like white or something?
Nah.
Nah, do you even think about that?
Do I think about it? No, I'll take a white girl. Feel me? I wouldn't mind.
You just never have,
Jack,
and,
right? I
you're
just haven't
34,
yet.
34 years old, but you never had, but
I
you
dabbled a
would.
couple times, but I dabble. Feel me? I don't be
You
getting
held
into
her hand.
relationships like.
You held her hand.
Nah, I don't think I held no white girl hand.
You went out with her in public.
Probably went out with her in public.
You can
Feel
go
me?
out with her in public, nigga.
I probably,
You can
I
go
think
out with her in public.
I'll take that girl on a date. I don't think so.
No, I know you didn't. That's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is, right, because we don't date other women overwhelmingly, right? So when we hear a number to say black women are the most unattractive, why do we let that shit ride when we know we don't even like other women?
Because the truth is the truth, brother.
Is it
I
true?
mean, it's true. Just
Hey,
because,
wait, you
okay,
think there's
I'm
other
just
women more beautiful than black women though?
on par.
Overall, I'm
I would
saying.
say on par, but I would say they have more of the better looking women than we do. Feel me? Our numbers are so low. Our women are
No,
so
I'm not,
our women
bro.
are so
Pound for
obese.
pound. Walk, take this walk with me. Pound for
Who got the
pound, my
best,
nigga.
better, best looking women?
Do you like?
So I
Come
like
on,
black
bro.
women though. Feel me? But it's
What
too
you
many
think?
ugly black women. That's too
Fine.
many.
Have you ever seen a Jewish woman, nigga?
Yeah,
God
they probably trash.
damn.
No,
Yo,
I'm not
come
saying black
on.
women are the ugliest. I'm just saying they and their attitudes don't make it better. Feel me? So that shit ain't helping.
I'm talking about aesthetics, my nigga.
We got some pretty ugly women. We either got the
Understood.
most. We got the most studs. I think. Do we got the most studs or not? Percentage
Nigga, I
wise,
don't know. I don't be around. All I'm saying is,
they some hard faced hoes, bro. They got some hard
so
faces.
what I'm saying, let me ask you a question, nigga who only date black women. Dum
Go
dum.
ahead. Hey, I'm being tired. What I say? I fuck sixes, sevens, and eights, motherfucker. And I
All
tell you, when I
right,
go
all
out to the
right,
club,
all right.
the fucking selection be so trash. Me and Cuz will be like, man, we gotta get the fuck up out of
So
here.
are you saying that other races of women to you are overall prettier than black women?
That's a misleading question,
It's
honestly.
a straight up question, my nigga. It's a straight question, bro.
Who got the prettiest women? Probably mixed kids are probably the prettiest for me. Keep in mind. So probably light skins, the mixed ones. So why can it be a both? A
So
combination.
you like light skinned women,
I'm a light skin connoisseur, feel me?
but overall and in generally, right? If we just go in the earth, if you got a black parent, do people consider you black?
Yes.
Let me ask you a question.
Oh my God.
Do you think any other races of women are prettier than black women, more attractive?
No.
So when
It's tough.
motherfuckers be saying that dumb shit,
That's because I'm attracted to black women though. So I
yeah,
look for
because
the
they
I and niggas,
attractive.
let me tell you why. Niggas look for the positive in women.
No,
Women look for the
stop.
negative
Before you
in
go down
men.
a hold
No,
on, beloved. Hold on, beloved. Before you go down that road, just use yourself. Don't conjure up any other poet in your head.
all right.
Okay? All right. For a second. Let let him keep his talking points for a second. Don't use
Ain't what
none of
I think,
his.
motherfucker. That was me. I think what I just said. I made that up, motherfucker. Oh,
All
women think for the
right.
look for the negative. Oh yeah, that wasn't Ali. I don't think.
Salute to Ali. Right. So now, where you at? Right. You don't even like other races of women for
I
real.
don't like them. Don't I say I
No,
date mostly black women.
no. I mean, niggas will smash anything, right? So
Oh
that
my
don't mean
god.
you like nothing, right? That don't mean you like them, okay?
Let me think about it. Let me think. Let me think harder. Feel me?
But
About
you
dating any
holding
white girl.
hands, kissing on the lips, dating.
I
You
went
going
on
out
a.
your
I went on a trip to
way to.
Big Bear. I went on a trip to Big Bear with a white girl.
Yeah, ain't no black people there. I know you went there.
Oh my
You
goodness.
ain't even want to be seen with the white girl.
She wasn't
Like,
even white. She was like Hispanic, I think.
man, whatever. So when they saying this shit, bro, and we don't even date outside women, and we got access to them. Like
Because
what?
I got more access to black women too. Aki, feel me?
You in Las Vegas?
But I still go to the black club. I go to the black clubs.
You don't
Oh well,
have to.
that's yeah, that's true. All right, whatever.
Yo, come
But
on, man.
all
It's
right, you
just
got that
you.
one. You got that one.
Listen.
You got that one, motherfucker.
So, what we doing, man? All right, here's what I want. I want to give you the floor, man. Okay.
All right, Kate. All right, because I'm
I'm
about
gonna
to kill
give you
that
the
shit.
hold your horses. I'm gonna give you the floor.
Go ahead.
I want you to denounce that when people say it because you don't believe it, nor do you
I'm not
perpetuate
denouncing
it.
it because when I go to the black clubs, I be highly disappointed, and I be like, bro,
Have you been
we
to
should
a
have
white club?
went to the white club. It's a
No,
bunch of battered
it's gonna be
bitches.
worse. It's gonna be worse.
No, no. I've been to a white club before. I used to be a club
All right.
promoter,
So
bro,
tell
back in the
us,
day.
in terms of aesthetics, tell us how you feel, and I'm saying feel, regarding black women that you overwhelmingly date and prefer.
When black women are pretty and are in shape, they are very pretty. But too few of them are in shape, and that's what make them not the prettiest race. So sorry, ladies, if y'all got in shape and did what y'all supposed to do, and y'all attitudes don't help either. We say attitudes don't hurt the number, but it does. Feel me? So if you a bad attitude woman, shit gonna make it worse. So y'all need to get in shape. Y'all need to get in shape. Learn how to listen. Stop being so argumentative, and y'all probably would be considered y'all will definitely be considered more attractive, and definitely not at the bottom of the list. Maybe y'all be at the top. Feel me?
Damn.
You welcome. I just blessed you, huh? Feel me? Said it real nicely for the
He
ladies
can't say. He can't
so they
say.
could digest it. And you see, I said it nicely, so they can't say he was disrespectful.
You
They
did say
can't say
this.
that shit.
Mm.
They saying it right now. Let me see.
Cheek, did you catch the whole stream, or you just tuned in?
No, I caught it. I ain't
Now
saying
my
nothing,
shit
but I
start
caught it.
breaking up.
Cause I covered a lot of stuff, man.
Yeah, you did.
I want us to get through this because it's important, man. Let me ask you a question. CJ struggled saying anything nice about black women. Can you say anything nice about black
What
women?
the? Well, I did just.
Did he
No.
not say nothing nice? I see. I missed that part because
What
I
you
was.
think? If you had to
Yeah, I said
speculate,
so nice.
If I had to speculate, see,
yeah.
nah, probably not.
So,
I ain't
Cheek,
gonna
let's
hold.
do this. Say something nice about black women, man. Let me hear it.
Okay. I think black women are more resilient than most women. Like I think that they.
Oh my gosh.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Like, why are you saying "Oh my God" to that? Like, he asked me for what I thought, then you go, "Oh my God."
Resilient. How, brother? Like,
You said
what
how?
does that even mean? Yes.
Well, when you start looking at where black women are ranked socially and socially economically, like when you look at the history of that and you really study it and look into it, they tough. They tough. They
They manly. If that's what you mean by tough, then I agree. They manly as
so
fuck.
just so this is where I have to let people that think that I get what you're saying that they're whatever manly, and I will say that black women, modern black women especially, are a little bit more masculine. Or let me not say more masculine because I don't want to attribute their behavior to men. They're just negatively behaved. I don't want to attribute to man or woman. You just act
Yeah,
bad.
the behavior is unbecoming, right?
Yes,
Regardless of
it's just
gender.
not something that I think anybody would want to deal with on a regular basis. Like, but the same thing can be said about black men. But anyway. All I'm saying is, I think black women are very resilient. I think that their stubbornness, right, to just accepting some level of defeat is admirable. I think that their level of thinking and ingenuity when it comes to just pushing through a circumstance or situation is admirable. For the black women that are nice, they're sweet as can be. That ain't many, but it's well, the ones that are sweet and kind, and when you got their heart, they give it all. I
I
think
agree with.
that's most women, but it's different because it's a lot of I feel like it's a lot of emotion that comes with black women, like a lot of strong. Like you got to be ready for that shit.
Hey,
If
that's
you
that
don't know what
resiliency you
if
talking
you're not
about,
ready for
man.
it, you're gonna be like, bro, you are ODing right now.
They resilient, though,
And
right?
I'm
They can take
already
whatever,
I'm
dude.
already to kick you out. Okay. But if you
They
just
can.
listen and try to understand, they're not the they're not the best at articulating how they feel all the time. But if you listen and you give and you're patient, they mean well. The only thing that I just don't like, and I don't care for from any race, that includes Latina. Fuck all that spicy Latina attitude shit. I hate that shit. I hate that shit. And I hate the back talk and the fact that because black women behave a certain way, you have to respond in a certain way. Like hemp, you saying get the fuck in the grocery store. That's just you. That's just who you are. You from up north and you're a Neanderthal. That's just kind of how you talk. And you're a football player. So that's just you. But at some point, even
Mhm.
people that's just chill, like I've never had to really raise my voice at a white woman, but Latinas and black, oh my, it's like, bro, why are you pushing me to this level? Why do I have to show you how I kind of treat other dudes for you to just chill out? And then when you talk with them, it's because of how they raised. So it's a lot of trauma. And the fact that they working through that too is just like, it's a lot. It's a very complicated thing. But resiliency is one. I think black women are very beautiful. I think I think that their facial features, like the way they look in the face, is very pretty. I think bodily speaking, they have the most desirable body. Um, I think spiritually, like when it comes to spirituality and things like that, I think they're probably the most spiritual minded, even if it's off a little bit. Like black people will find a way to relate to the source, whatever they consider it to be. They're going to find a way to try to connect as best as they can.
Hmm.
So I think those are all important things. And they're cool. Like when they act nice, act right, they're cool people. They just chill. Like you can laugh and joke with them. You can be like, you can have them moments and be like, bro, I fuck with her, bro. White people, it's a little different. Asian people, it's a different type of humor. It's like that relatable cultural humor that I enjoy. Like we
Yeah.
seen the same movies. We both can look at each other and laugh at something. They're like, come on, bro, what is he doing? Like I enjoy that. But yeah, I think there's some more, but that's just off the top of the head.
Okay. Perfect. All right, let's. You know what? Before I
I
ask,
could have said that. Feel me?
huh?
I could have
You,
said that.
you
Cheeky said
didn't
it a
though.
lot better
You
though.
didn't
All right,
though.
Cheeky,
You
you very
didn't.
articulate,
You
brother.
didn't, nigga. All right, let me try. You know what? This is actually interesting to me. Yo, T, what's popping? I want to ask Cheek about what I was talking about, but
Yo,
Cheek, you can hear me?
how's the audio?
Yeah.
What's goody? You all right?
Yeah, I'm good. How about yourself?
Good, man. Your audio. I thought you had a microphone.
It's not plugged in?
No, sir.
All right, yeah. Y'all go to the next person. I'll be next.
Yo, it's your birthday?
Yeah, man. Yeah, big 32. Thank you, sir. That's more my speed. I
No
appreciate
doubt, no doubt, no doubt. So, say something nice about black women. I'm interested in this drill.
you. I believe black women are some of the most inviting. Like when everything is cool, like they like it's kind of what Chigi said. You could have a really good time with them. It's no, oh, it's us over there, them over there. Like when you having a good time, they easy to have a good time with, man. Just on some real, I don't know, like everybody's invited. Like shit's not like I think black women I have been able to adapt to many different situations. So like the adaptability from one generation to the next and still being able to thrive and progress and, you know, things of that nature. Like I think that they've been able to do they're very inviting, and I think they are very adaptable to certain circumstances and situations. So I'll say that.
Okay. So kind of on par with what Cheek said. Lee, what's popping?
What's goody? What's hoodie?
Lee,
Yo,
say something nice about black men.
hell nah. We ain't doing that.
Yo, you gotta be able to
You a
say
black
something,
man.
Lee.
What? Say something good about
Like,
yourself.
I'm
God damn
joking.
it.
Chill out. I'm
You
joking.
a
I'm
black
joking.
man.
Uh, they resilient, like Chiggy said.
Cause
Bro,
we be
don't
taking
use
ass
nobody
whoopings
use
from
none
black
of my shit
women.
no more. Stop using shit I already said. Find your own shit.
Hey yo, they resilient. They can take a punch. Fuck out of here.
That's something, I guess. We can rock. I can rock with that.
God damn, son.
last
You
black nigga out for he swung back. There you go. There you go.
that's it? That's all we got?
We say
It's
we
like nah,
athletic, man.
all right, nah, for real though. We the warriors of the world. You know what I'm saying? We the badasses of the world. We make everything look cool. We make everything look dope. People want to be around us. You know, we like gravity. Fuck you talking about? But I mean, like, I don't like to toot my own horn. The world already know, man. You know, it's been whole conglomerates that came together to stop the black man, bro. Like, I ain't even got to talk about it no more. The history shows for itself.
So, Lee, let me ask you a question because you often come
Yeah.
from a little bit different lens. And I
Mhm.
was going to follow up with Cheek on this as well. Fo, what up? Jay, what up? Um, when you hear the conversations, right? Do you consider what the men have to say regarding the women's conduct as bashing or correction? More so.
Wait. Say that again. My bad. This big ass boat passing. My bad. What you say?
So when you hear the conversations, right, and you've been
Hmm.
around a lot longer than I have, do you think the men are offering women correction or just bashing? More so, like majority, minority.
I think they're trying to correct them, but it could lead to. I mean, ultimately, it's going to lead to bashing because
How's that work?
when men try to correct women and women are just kind of a part of being a woman is kind of chaos. You feel me? Like 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 the pendulum going to swing with women, bro. Like it's going to be ups downs. They might give you a little pushback sometimes. They might be a little emotional about some shit. You know, a part of loving women is dealing with that. So when men are giving pushback, I hear a lot of them saying, I don't want no talk back. I don't want no, the things that women naturally are. I don't want you to be emotional. I want you to be logical." It's like, so it's gonna come off as bashing. You feel me? Because women not gonna take it as they're not looking at it through the scope of a man, and men are not looking at it through the scope of a woman. So
Okay, so I understand that, right? We differ in how we interpret the conversations, but when the men come and say, "Hey, you're doing this wrong. We want you to correct it so we can be better." Do you think that the men are coming in good faith overall?
I mean, overall, I would say nah. I would say nah. I think it's because again, if you're trying to tell them how to move, you're trying to control them, right? I don't think that's good faith. Trying to control. I don't think no human should be controlled. Like we shouldn't be trying to control each other. You just allow them to exist how they are. Now, specific things, yeah, but overall, that's not really what men are really like going after. They really trying to get women to be something they not. Like, yo, don't do this. Yo, don't shake ass. When women naturally gonna want to shake ass. So I don't know, man. It's hard. It's tough.
So you got to make a determination though. Like, so okay, so let me ask you. Do you think that if the women listen to what the men have to say when we have these conversations, do you think our relationships would be better?
I don't know, man. I already think relationships are like at an all-time high. I think they are better. I think it's some people that's not getting along with certain, you know, with women, and women not getting along with men. That's a communication problem. Um,
Based on the
I can't say
conversation,
yeah to that. You know what I mean?
okay. Based on the conversations, like so being outside, things may manifest differently, right?
Hmm.
But based on the conversations we have on YouTube, right, and you can use all your YouTube experience. Based on
Right.
those conversations, would you gather that we're doing well in relationships based on the conversations that we have and how they go?
If you blame it, I mean, if you're just saying this community, then nah.
Okay.
Relationships ain't getting better; they getting worse. Right.
Okay. So based on the advice, the bashing, the correction that men give the women in our conversation that we have on YouTube, if
Hmm.
the women took heed to to what's being said to them, do you think that relationships would be better?
Trying to think of all the shit men be saying. I mean, it would be better for men. It would be better for men. I can say that.
Hmm.
I can't say it would be better for women, because if a woman's nature is to want to, party, want to get out, want to shake ass, want to do, give a little pushback and allow you to like have that little banter with her, and then she only, she just want to see how you moving, how you how you respond, how you react to things. If you, if I'm mostly hearing that men they kind of want to not snuff it out, but like suppress that, then I don't think that's going to make it. I don't think women are going to be happy in those situations. And I feel like we had that before in history, where men had full reign over their wives, and they had full reign over basically women, and women kind of fought to get up out of that. Women it was a time where women were in the house and the men were making all the money, and then women started saying, "Nah, well, we don't like us being up in the house shit, because it's not catering to what we love to do, how we feel, and things like that." So
Hmm. Damn.
so yeah, it'd be good for the men, but the women gonna be probably fucking miserable or some shit, or feeling some type of way
So
about it.
so let me ask you. You got a girlfriend?
Yeah.
Not to be intrusive, but you don't mind
Nah,
if she go out and like twerk and shit like that? She cool?
oh no, I'm not answering none of these questions, but this space toxic, bro. This community is toxic, bro. I'm not answering none of those questions about my shorty, bro. Next,
Well,
somebody gonna go on my Instagram, try to get a
go
clip
try
of
to
my
find
shit.
her. So generally speaking, if I go out with my wife, we
Hmm.
dance together and shit, and she'll, you know what I mean? Like it, even if we go out together,
Hmm.
the things that she'll wear may be a little bit more right, because but we together at that instance, right? If she go by herself,
Right.
she tend to dress more conservative. You see, you know what I mean?
Right.
Um, and so,
But normally she
but
won't go by herself. She'll go with her friends, right?
yeah, normally if she go out at night, she probably go with me most likely. But like when she go with her friends, they go to like brunches and shit. And brunches still be popping. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Especially in
Um,
DC.
yeah, the shit be, in Houston, they
Those
don't
parties.
they don't pop like in Houston. For all they do is eat and smoke hookah. But like, you know what I
Mm.
mean? So it's a different type
Hmm.
of pop, but it'd be cool though. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. Hmm.
Ali was popping
What's going on, fam?
everything. So, well, yeah. So that's why I hesitated when I initially asked though. But you said women have a natural proclivity to want to twerk.
I mean, just to dance, I'm using twerk because that's the
Yeah.
main dance. Don't take it as I'm just talking about shake ass, but yeah, want to dance. Women are Hispanic women, they'll do their salsa, but they ass is moving, brother. It's moving. Regardless of how you want to put it. If she if she's sitting on something, it's gonna move, bro. Them things, something gonna move, brother. Like it is
Okay.
what it is. Like
All right.
I'm
So
not gonna get.
let me pull your main point away, right? Because I want to take it off your shorty, right? Because like you said, I tend to agree. That's why I hesitated initially.
Mhm.
You think that if women took heed of the advice of the men, that it would only benefit the men, or more so benefit the men in terms of relationships?
It will benefit the men more in the relationship, but I feel like the woman would feel. I don't think it would. I mean, benefit them. it probably, you can probably say it would benefit them, I guess. I mean, but what are men asking for? Like, we need a real list that I can really like look at and be like, all right, let me see. Because when I think about it, I think men want women to stay in the house more, right? They want them to not have jobs, right? They want them to not be going on girls' trips, right? So I guess no twerking, right? They want them to probably jump off social media, um, or don't have nothing provocative, you know. So no beach photos on Instagram, right? Uh, what else? Shit. I don't. Oh yeah, no talking back, no being emotional really, because that's all that woman shit that men be annoyed by, even me. That's really what that is, like the talking back, to being emotional shit. And I think you take those things away from women, they gonna kind of be they gonna kind of be like, nah. I think that's
You,
what happened last time. He was like, nah.
you think they would be like a shell of themselves, like if they couldn't be
Right, there you
expressed?
go. That's what I'm looking for. Right, you got the verbiage. They'll be a shell of themselves, man, like they were before in the past. They was a shell of themselves. That's why they got up out that shell, bro. It was like, nah.
Damn.
You know, women, to me, if I'm being all honest, man, women are wild things, bro. And this don't mean all women are this way. Some women become conservative, and shout out to those women. But naturally, women want to do wild shit, bro. They'd be the one trying to pressure their man. Yo, let's jump off. Let's do some parachuting. Let's do some skydiving. You know, like why, like they want to do wild shit. That's kind of like, I don't know, man. You know, they spontaneous. You know, they super open, super social. So they like being out there. They like interacting with other people. So these things could be looked at as, oh, you flirtatious, or oh, you like to shake too much ass, and this and that, you know. So when you really look at what women are, and then you start to match it with what men be kind of getting tight about, it's just who they are. So it's like either you could choose to be with a woman, and then you could choose not to be. And I don't mean like some some gay shit, but like you don't have to get in a relationship. You
So
feel
do you
me?
still? This is the last question. Now and everybody can chime. Do you
Right.
think that? Are you still on the same shit you was on like when I first met you? Like only reason why niggas be hating on women body count is because they can't get a body count themselves.
Oh yeah, forever on that. And yo, really the whole conversation was most of these dudes that be complaining be out of shape. Even when you came back from the fight and shit, you was clowning people for being out of shape. You was like, boy, it was a bunch of bowling pins just bouncing into each other in the room. But you know, whatever, right? That's my point. Is like most of these dudes that be talking, and if you're not like that, then if it don't apply, let it fly. But what I've seen when I first came up here at that time was a bunch of dudes that can't even get the women that they talking about those women. And it was like, yo, stop complaining if you still want her, but you want her to change her body count when at the end of the day she's outside, she's social. Dudes want to put her on a flight. Dudes want to ride her on the yacht, and you wanted to say no to all that. But if it was you, and Shorty's baddies was coming up to you, yo, yo, I'm flying you out, yo, hop on the yacht. Come on, let's have fun. We gonna have sex. We gonna do everything you want to do. You be down with that shit. But men can't relate because most men don't get that type of relationship from women. And I even can say I haven't gotten a relationship like that with women. It's kind of non-existent at this point in 2024. So yeah, men are kind of jaded, man. They mad that women get all this social attention, and they got to do so much just to get a skosh of that same social attention. So
Niggas is jealous.
niggas is jealous, man. I ain't mad at them though. I promise you, I'm not mad at it. It made sense. I just explained why it
Yeah.
makes sense to be a little tight. You feel me? Like, cause I'll be tight. I'll be like, bruh, damn, she just came out of McDonald's smelling like burgers, and you trying to pick her up in a Porsche, bruh? What you do? Like, but this what you see. And then I go, damn. I blame, like, I can't really blame the women. I blame the dude who picking her up in the fucking Porsche because she looked good. Yeah, she looked good. Yeah, she a 7 coming out of Wendy's. You got a lot of those out here in Miami. You be at McDonald's like, damn, why the fuck you work at McDonald's? But she just looked good. You feel me? It is what it is. But that's somebody always gonna pick them up, man. Somebody always gonna try to give them that lifestyle, regardless of how much we try to tell them what to do and, oh, don't do this, don't do that. It's out there for them. And it ain't out there for most dudes. Unless they get their money up, most dudes can't even get next to women, man. And it's tough. It is sad, but it is what it is.
Damn. Okay. I got a question, but anybody got any commentary on what Lee said? Anybody?
I think to use the only thing I have pushed back on is to use the people from Houston about the weight thing. Not naming no names, of course not, but a majority of the people that would be named under the need to lose some weight category ain't got no problems with. They don't got no problems with women. Some of them had kids already. You understand? So it's like to try to use that as an example of the, the majority. I don't agree with that. So, that's it though. That's it.
I don't think men are jealous.
I got kids, nigga, but I need to get in better shape. I don't give a damn what.
Yeah, but that's a distinction, right? Like you talking about the aesthetic of it, but he's talking about why why they hot or why they mad is because they're not having access to women. I think those are two different things.
Well, I think I understand it just simply because niggas are smash big joints.
Yeah.
Big ass niggas is less likely to get cheeks. I think that just like those things don't align. That's all. Like niggas are still go, even though if we're not supposed to.
That's why.
But the women be looking
you know
like,
I mean?
yo, like, and I'm talking about niggas that can get beautiful women will still smash the BBW, whatever, right? But it doesn't normally happen oppositely. I think that's his overarching point. Not just Houston centric.
Okay.
What was the jealousy part though? What are the men jealous of again? Like the main thing that they're getting flown out.
Yeah, essentially the access and how easy it is for women to operate.
Social currency, basically.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't think that's what it is. I mean, think about it. If we had nieces, would we want our nieces to be flown out and get broken down, or we don't want our nieces to be getting flown out and get married? What would we want? You know what I'm saying?
We'd rather them get married.
We don't want them flown out. You know what's happening when women are getting flown out. So I wouldn't think it'd be men being jealous of women. I think it's valuing the women. Most of the men on here that you see give advice is true. You typically see value in women. Ain't no jealous of women. They trying to put them in better positions. But that's why we say again, why the brothers keep lying, because that's what benefit them. The truth. If we sit down with women and go, hey, I want you to be a lady. I don't want you to talk like that. I don't want you to dress like this. I want men.
We all just confirmed that he just called me a liar, right?
I didn't call you a liar.
But you said the brothers keep lying, and you talking about a sentence.
No. He was saying
I didn't make it about you.
Let me clarify real quick. Lee, he was saying a sentiment he had on the show previously, and one of his consistent sentiments is the women don't want the truth, so lie to them to get access. That's one of his sentiments, not exclusive to what you're saying.
Right. It's really telling what they want to hear.
That's what it is. Yeah, that's
it. Ain't really lie to them. It's telling what they want to hear.
That's a better verbiage. Yeah, I use bad verbiage.
I'm trying to clear it up as well too, to say the best we can. But it's if you tell them what they want to hear, it's going to benefit you more. They're going to support the brother to tell them what they want to hear too. They're not going to support the brother that's trying to tell them the truth, even though it don't benefit us. The truth doesn't benefit the brother. So if a brother is telling you the truth, it means he really cares about you because it's not benefiting him. But if a brother tells you what you want to hear, it's usually he needs the validation. He needs the woman. That's the only way he can get a woman. Most brothers on this panel that tell the truth to women, they don't have to lie to them to get women. So they tell you the truth because it don't benefit them either way. They can get women without lying to them.
I'm trying to understand what it means. Like when you say telling the truth, like, are you saying like a guy, like I'm trying to think of a scenario, so the guy that's telling them the truth is going to be like, all right, we going out. Hey, Bon, your dress too short. I'm gonna need you to take that off. And then the other guy that's not telling them the truth is a guy that's just going to be like, yeah, come on, we out. Let's do it.
You're going to get it. You're going to get it. You're going to get the draws. You'll get it that night. Like if the man truly put pressure on the women for what they needed from a wife, most women ain't going. It has to be something that she feel like she benefits from, and it's going to enable her. But if you say, hey, I don't want you to dress like that, she ain't going. You're not controlling me off gate. But if you say, boy, I love how you dress. Keep doing what you're doing, baby. You the one. You can get it that night. You Netflix and chill possibly. If she likes you.
So in that situation, why did he even try to holler at Shorty when he met her with the short on anyway. And I think that's really the issue a lot of times is and Hans said it, the dude that look good to go get the fat joint and be busting it down. Feel me? In the crib, or kissy goo, all that shit. Men will lower their standards. You feel me? And like I said, it always kind of backfires to the men because yo, there's women out here that be covered up and they be I see them too. Just like I see the women out here half naked walking around here in Miami. But the woman that's covered up ain't the woman that the men going for, my boy. They going after shorty that's on the yacht. They going after shorty that's gonna want to jump on the yacht, you know. So a lot of times I feel like you right, but you can't say that men don't lower their standards and go after that shorty that had the short dress on and then try to change her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but most of the women ain't dressing modest. The majority of the market is women dressing smexual. But I'm so used to TikTok. TikTok worse than YouTube. I mean, Ham, you want to go on TikTok too? The algorithm on TikTok is crazy. But I'm watching myself because they really get you on TikTok. But the women who sexualize themselves is majority women who's using their sexuality to leverage against men. So most women ain't out here dressing modestly. And a lot of women who do dress modest will get typically those dudes who possibly want to settle down. They'll take time with them. But even the women who dress modest, when you get down to the end of it, a lot of people say that too. They usually out there too. So it's hard pickings for men. If you're trying to look for wifey material, most women want you to do what they want you to do. They're not looking to be what you're asking them to do. And then we're telling brothers they're being bad leaders, but they're called bad leaders when the relationship fails, but they never got cooperation in the first place. They tried to get cooperation. It's a competition. She trying to get control of the relationship. He trying to get control of the relationship. But if he's a man and the women say they followers, then he shouldn't have to fight for the control of the relationship. He shouldn't have to fight for that woman.
Let me ask a question. Do you think that our culture is like crabs in a barrel?
What can you be a little bit more specific, my brother?
Or just like, do we build each other up or do we normally tear each other down in our culture?
It's definitely survival of the fittest culture.
Ours. And well, let me ask a better question. What's the perception of our culture? Is it crabs in a barrel?
I would say it's a crab in the barrel mentality. Everybody's doing what's best. Well, put it this way. Men and women are doing what's in their best interest. Men are more open to the community-based idea of helping everyone. That's included in it, where women are doing what's in their best interest over the kids, over the man, over other women. I don't know if you're paying attention the issues that women have with each other. Women dislike women more than they dislike men. So if they can't even stand women, we have to question what brothers are going through and ask the women too. If you having problems with ladies and y'all friendships and the sisterhood and the girl, what do you think men are going through?
No, 100%. But I just look. Also, we be killing the hell out of each other.
Some of us.
Yeah, the minority of us, but
minority of us. That's right. Go ahead.
The violent demographic, we're the majority. You see what I'm saying? So in the violence demographic, the crime demographic, we're the majority, even though that is a nominal number. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And if the perception of us is that we tear each other down, and generally speaking, we're saying the survival of the fittest which means people are doing for self.
Right.
When we go back to the question of the men's conversation to the women, if our modus operandi is to tear each other down, how can we conclude that we have positive reasons for articulating what we articulate to them?
So I think that perception is a construct. It's not a reality. Most black men and women have progressed drastically since the 60s, 70s. We made a lot of progress, and especially black men financially. 57% of black men in middle class, and black women saying they're getting educated as well too, coming up in the game. What Chiqui's talking about, why he was talking about men being house husbands. It's the relationship department where we're failing. Somebody's not doing their part in the relationship, but as a whole, most of us ain't around no criminals. Nobody doing them. They're not being violent towards them. But the perception, I agree with you, is tearing down each other.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think you're right. We have made progress, but I'm just looking at the jealousy aspect that Lee painted. So I'm trying to understand it thoroughly. If our modus operandi is generally to do for self, and so is what we telling our women to benefit them, or is because we feel some type of way, and therefore only to benefit us, or is what we tell them to benefit everyone?
But so most of what men doing benefit women. or if they have children, their kids. Most of what we're doing is not benefiting men whatsoever. What are most men getting out of relationships? They're getting pushed back. They have to fight for the cooperation. We said they get sex, but most men got to fight for that too. They don't get sex on demand. They're not getting women who want to cook. We talk about the body count. Most men are getting women with a so-called lifestyle. If you can't prove the body count, and when we ask about why it matters, if we build ourselves up to get women who are torn down, what are we getting at the end of it? Our value is what we bring into the table. We're supposed to support and provide for you. Well, protect and provide, but then we're supposed to have a woman who never gave no man access. So if we get a woman who's giving that main core thing away from her, what essentially are we getting? That's supposed to be the trade-off. I'm supposed to give you something I never gave a woman, which is my name, reputation, protection, provision, and you're supposed to give me something you never gave any man, and men aren't getting that. And then that's where the issues are coming. Women value go up in their mind. The more man that they done went through, the more bad decisions they made, the more bad things they went through, they feel like their value has went up, where we actually producing. Cheeky's getting better, CJ's getting better, Hamp's getting better, Lee getting better, you have to produce to get women. So it's benefiting them. It's not benefiting us if we're trying to share it with somebody.
I understand that point. I got two questions more for you, Ali. Do you think that generally speaking, when we have our conversations on YouTube, the women are benefiting from them, or are they turning a blind eye or a blind ear to them?
If she's having a good faith conversation, intentional is benefiting her drastically.
Oh, let me ask you an interjection question. I asked this earlier when I was talking to the chat. Do you think the majority of us who are up here are having a good faith conversation?
Yes. The majority of the time, I believe the men are more so.
Well, everybody. Let's say we had to put everybody in a pot.
Majority of the men, I believe, are trying to have intentional conversation. The women, I think they just most of the women here just to be seen. Like it does more divisiveness towards us than it is bringing us together. Majority of the men, I believe, are trying to have intentional conversation, and then we get divided and we start fighting. But I think most men come on here to truly have the conversation.
Now, what do you think about this? I would say I just said 1 or 2 in the chat, right? 1 yes, 2 no for bad faith, good faith. I would say upwards of 70% of the chat, maybe 80%, said the majority of us aren't up here having a good faith conversation. Now, those are our consumers, essentially, right? They're saying no. What do you do with that info?
But it's the believing in the brothers who cater to you and pattern to you more so than the brothers who's telling you the truth. Majority of the brothers,
it was men and women.
Yeah, but men and women when you did the poll.
So when I said, I just asked 1 or 2, and it was a bunch of 2 saying 2 was like bad faith. So it was men and women saying majority of the people on the shows are coming to conversations in bad faith.
I'd have to see the proof. I'd have to see what their evidence is. What I see is most men trying to tell the truth, most women fighting the truth, and then it's few men who's pandering that's making it seem like that makes it seem like men aren't together, but majority of men telling the truth. And then you have the panderers, and you have the majority of women who align with the word that they're saying, but wouldn't even date most of the pandering dudes. Like they will never be with majority of dudes. They actually like the guy that's telling the truth. Because that's why they have a problem. You know what I realized? When they have a problem with what you're saying, they actually like you because they don't care about the dudes they don't care about. They're having a conversation with the man that they like and they care about his word. So it's like you have, if you say something to me and I care about you, my brother, it's going to really bother me. But if you ain't even somebody I respect or value, what you say don't mean nothing to me. And that's what you notice, and that the women are being triggered by the guys they actually care about and like. They don't care about the dudes they don't care about. They don't even worry about them. That's why you see certain people keep being pointed out. CJ, for instance, has been like the main man of the people been going at his head. CJ is a very respectable, good dude, positive dude, but he just telling the truth. He don't have to lie to get women.
Okay.
But they like CJ and respect CJ. They just don't like what's coming out of his mouth. If he changed his rhetoric, CJ would be boosted up.
I understand that sentiment. And what's the last thing? And so that's one thing that I was minding out with the women. And I will say the majority of them, at the very least, acknowledge this sentiment that nice guys finish last. But I articulated it out in a way in which they understood, like they want an asshole, but they got to take everything that come with him. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like I told a story. Somebody wasn't supposed to stop the car. I was crossing my kids across the street. So I got mad at that point. I don't know if he was here. I told my wife, get the fuck in the office, you know,
Right.
because I had to deal with this man, and I was already at that point. So when I got in there, she wasn't like, "Why did you say that to me?" I was already mad now.
Right.
Now it's up.
Right.
You know, she knew it wasn't her. And later I'm like, oh, you know, my bad. You know what I'm saying? But generally in that moment.
But they like the asshole. They love the asshole. They just can't get him to do what they want him to do. That's why he's the asshole.
All right, let me ask you this question, Ali. And I asked Cheek, I asked Tea Leaves already. I asked CJ. Tell me one nice thing about black women.
One nice thing.
You didn't say one nice thing. You didn't
I said
say
nice
one.
thing.
Yeah, nice things, Ali. More than one.
And you didn't ask me, bro.
I did.
Hold on, I didn't say. What'd you say? Who, me? You talking about
Ali?
Ali,
I asked TJ. I asked Cheeky. I asked Tea Leaves. Tell me a nice thing about black women.
Tell me nice things about
they're
black
the
women.
most beautiful women walking on earth. They have the outside of every woman. They have the best conversation. They smell the best. They have the best sense of humor. Like outside of any race you have a conversation with, they're the ones who make these panels pop off as well too. Like they are essentially the core of a society. We just got to get them on par with us. They're the core of society. And they still set all the trends. Everybody copies the black woman, and if she switches something about her, everybody copies her as well too. We still acquiescent to all of this is because men care about black women and love black women. That's why we having these conversations, and they know it. So they go, you know what it's like, yo, Ham. If you've been him before, CJ been him before, likely, you don't gotta do nothing because I'm him. They know they her. They know that we gotta come back to them, and we gonna come back to them. They know they're the core. All we're asking is do your part in regardless to loving the brothers, cooperating the brothers, being the peace for us, for the kids, for the community. But they're the core of everything. So the nicest thing to say about them that they're still the core of society.
Okay.
I'll be killing it, man. I told you he's smart, mama. He's smart, brother.
It's love, man. It's because we love them.
Yo, Ali, CJ act like he the first person that ever met you.
Who, CJ?
Like that,
yeah, he like
CJ. That's my dog. Hey, CJ, that's my dog.
Ali. I think he take credit for everything you say. I think.
I give him credit all the time.
I don't care. If you make him blow up, we all go up. CJ, the type, if you blow up, we all come. You know
he always say Ali said this. My boy Ali said that.
That's my dog, man.
He give you credit.
CJ a real one, man. That's a good dude.
His brain gonna be mush in about 10 years, Ali. So just make sure. CJ gonna be there slobbing together, man. Fuck it. CTE, here we come, baby.
Hey, we come.
That shit fun. Yeah, all right. This is what I want to do. I want to get.
This was sparring. Niggas,
you just was sparring
earlier today. Both my contacts going, motherfucker. I could barely see y'all niggas.
CJ, I call my wife, say, why you so sleepy?
Like
I said, my brain hit my skull 30 times this morning.
You're tired, bro.
Man, you be groggy and shit. That shit crazy. All right, let me see. Fo, let me ask you that question. Then I want to get Jalen's sentiments. Then we'll go over to Terrence. Terrence, what's up? Yeah, Terrence, where you going? Where you about to go?
What's going on, man? Finna step out for a little bit.
You at the beach? No,
good
you
afternoon. Good evening. Well, good morning.
Okay, I see you shining.
Time of day it is.
You just got in. You just got in.
That boy's about to drop an album over
there. Damn, man. Yo, Fo, give me one good thing about black women, man. Fo, you there?
Yeah. Shit. They're the heartbeat of the earth, for real. That's what it is.
The heartbeat, huh?
Yeah.
Shit like that.
Jalen, what you think about what you heard so far, huh?
Yeah, it's cool.
It's cool.
I like the compliments.
Yeah. Do y'all what do you think? Do you think that most men, when we had these conversations, come in good faith?
Nah, jaded. Yeah.
And
that's the form of bad faith that I see it as. Jaded.
And when they speak, do they bash or do they correct?
They may mean it as correction, but it comes off as bashing.
Do the women come in good faith? It's a broadcast.
No, jaded mostly.
When the women, do the women hear what the men are saying or hear what they want to hear?
They hear the insult before the correction, so I would say hear what they want to hear.
Okay. Who do you think is leading the conversations, the men or the women?
Here?
Yeah, let's say here. Well, that don't
Men.
count because of me. Okay. Well, I'm a boy, so now who you think is responsible for how the conversations go?
Men.
Do you think men's delivery could change the outcome of the conversations? Or do you think that if the women are jaded, they're gonna hear what they want to hear regardless?
Unless it's placating, they're going to hear what they want to hear because it's going to sound like an insult. If you leave it up to the men to say it how they usually talk, it comes off insulting. Unless they're just naturally just a nice person.
How do men talk?
Abrasive, usually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even down south?
If they trying to sweet talk, no. But normally, yeah, abrasive.
Okay. Damn. Okay. Because I don't really see the southern jargon as super abrasive.
To you.
I don't know. Yeah, like it's Hink. Like Hink is southern, right? Would you agree?
He's older.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure if you saw Hink in his younger years, he'd be abrasive.
I'm trying to think who's from the south that would be younger. Like, for instance, Tay. Remember Tay that came up here when he had a little back and forth with Cali? Tay 4L. I was calling him Cook Tay. T Lee, but T Leaves ain't abrasive. Ain't he from down south?
Nah, I'm from Portsmouth, Virginia. I was born on a naval base, so
yeah, you down south. Okay,
he's not.
Definitely not abrasive.
The Mason Dixon line is in Maryland. Stop. Yeah, niggas who lost the Civil War, hush. Y'all don't make the rules.
CTE really taking over now. You need to go. You got
That
surgery
shit already
you got
kicking
brain
in.
scan.
I'm just saying, bro. The Mason Dixon is up there, man. You know,
the people that's in the South would be
Mr. Fantastic.
Fantastic, me.
Mr. Fantastic. Virginia is down south. Period. But is Mr. Fantastic abrasive?
Yes, bro.
Oh, look, North Carolina.
Fantastic be chilling, feel me? Until somebody go at him, he gonna go back
unless
at him.
unless he's in
Are we gonna
the
have an honest conversation? Or?
Most of the
Yeah,
brothers
like,
This is
most of the
honest.
brothers
He
ain't
a
abrasive,
funny cat. He
man.
just
Most
funny. He
brothers
ain't
ain't no
abrasive.
abrasive.
Okay,
Thank you.
Fo is from the South. You from Mississippi, right, Fo?
Nah, he from St. Louis.
St. Louis. That's the South, ain't it?
Yes.
So he from the South. Granville technically from the South.
Granville abrasive.
I'm from the South. I'm in the South.
Fo be chilling. Fo don't be going on that.
Terrence, where you from, Terrence?
Abrasive.
Midwest.
Yeah, he probably from Ohio.
Midwest like the South to me.
Oh, it's
I grew up
nice.
in the Chicago area.
Niggas wear polo
Midwest.
boots.
By the way, the question is how it came off. All right, I'm not calling you rude.
I'm just doing too much with it. That's all. I'm just trying to understand it thoroughly. I'm just looking at abrasive, and I just would venture that if people come up north, that's abrasive, right? Like I think that it's like they said the Chrysler 300 looked like a Bentley. You remember that when it first came out?
Mm-hmm.
When they next to each other, they do not look the same. That shit ain't even close. That's all I'm saying. But maybe it's a perspective thing, right? Based on where you come from, you know. All right, let me do this. Let me get Frank. Frank, did you want to comment on something specifically?
My chat. Yeah, hear me good?
Yeah, your hat look great. You doing that on purpose?
Yeah, no free promotion.
Oh yeah, word, shit like that. What you think, man? What you want to comment on?
I think we was talking about I think it was a Nice Guys Finish last comment that you made about Joel. and that because he was so direct and upfront, that he deserves the results that he gets because he's being accountable.
Do you have your green screen on?
Yes, he's doing it on purpose. Wait, say it again one more time. One more time, Frank.
So we was talking about he deserves the results for him being accountable. Because remember, that's what they were saying in the chat. His accountability and his upfrontness was the reason why he has the results with women that he has. So that's basically how they look at nice guys itself in general, not just in Joel's example.
And they look at them by they're too accountable, so therefore they don't like them.
Right.
Damn, can you be too accountable? All right, CJ, be safe. We'll see you in 10 minutes. He.
So the reason why
what he does happen, he leaves, right, and he listens to the conversation. He can't help himself, and then he come back. So we'll see him in 10 minutes. That's all. Go ahead, Frank. Go ahead. Okay. So too accountable equals too nice, and therefore that's undesirable to women.
No, too accountable means too straightforward. So the whole thing about it, you bland because you're showing your cards. Because you're showing your cards itself. Now, when it comes to me trying to the mystery and the advantage of this, it's nothing. You bland. So because you're accountable and you're like, all right, I'm doing my thing itself. Now you're not that appealing to the masses.
Okay, so the accountability makes you bland.
Right.
Accountability makes you bland. Oh, because there's no mystique.
Right. You like tires, brother.
Because you're too transparent.
Right. Because of your transparency and your accountability of itself, you're dependable, right? So if I always know I could depend on you, anything that I do, no matter what, you're still going to do the same thing.
Well, accountability and dependability those aren't mutually exclusive.
Okay. If you all right, you want to put it as that way. You got it.
Well, I mean, because you said dependable. Why are you saying an accountable person is a dependable person? What's the reconciliation there?
Because an accountable person says they're going to do what accountable person takes because they take on what they say that they're going to do, they are dependable on their word. So that trustworthiness itself is dependable.
Oh, okay.
Let's say,
yeah,
so
accountability. Accountable people take responsibility for what they do and don't do.
Correct.
Okay, so a person who's more accountable is more likely to be dependable.
They are dependable. If they weren't accountable itself, let's say if they weren't accountable, they'd be a liar. If they're a liar, they're not dependable.
Well, what happens is when people are less accountable, they generally don't take a blame. But I'm not seeing it as mutually exclusive, but I tend to agree that that person should be more dependable.
Okay. So that's what I'm saying. The reason why
let me break so if I use an anecdotal example, my dad ain't never been wrong his whole life. That nigga will argue you down. He don't give a shit. But that nigga will fucking work himself to the bone to make sure everybody got what they need. You see, like, you know what I mean? That's the thing. That's why it's hard for me to reconcile. I could see him with his suspenders on, going to Walmart before he go to a funeral and shit like that.
But
is he just
in that example? Hold on, Ali. In that example, he's accountable by his actions, but he's not accountable by his word.
Yeah, because what Joel was saying is he's taking accountability for what happened in those situations. But I guess let's say yes. What you're saying.
All right. So that's why I said a person that is accountable by his words has to show it through his actions. So, and like I said, because you use Joel as the example, when Joel was actually saying, Hamp was saying, Joel does X, Y, and Z. He's doing this, and that. That's him being accountable for his actions, not only his actions, but also his word. Because you said prior to that, you had a clip of Joel actually stating, oh, I need to be X, Y, and Z better, and I'm the one that's doing that. Because he's doing all these things itself, there is no mystique. You can literally read his player card. Because you can read his player card, she can automatically size him up and say that, all right, well, this is what I'm getting itself. Because they can automatically check his player card and say that this is what I'm getting, there is no mystique, and at the end of the day, he's bland.
That's a different kind of insight. Where'd you come to that perspective? That's different.
It's different, but I'm trying to reconcile it though. I understand it, but it's not reconciling one to one.
It sounds like it sounds like authenticity, right? Like being completely authentic, no matter where you go, that's how you show up. And so there's really nothing mysterious about that individual. It's kind of like this.
I understand that.
It is getting put on the table.
Yeah, I understand that, but I guess the part that gives me cause for pause is the dependable person is accountable. I heard a lot of niggas say sorry for their mistakes. That don't mean they get shit done.
Yeah, but that's the whole reason you dependable by it. That's why I gave you the example when you said for your dad itself, right? Your dad said he'll say a whole bunch of stuff that is unaccountable for, but when it comes down to his actions, he'll do it itself. No matter what somebody says, it's your actions that have to back it up for it to actually be dependable.
Yeah, no, he responsible and dependable. Nigga ain't accountable for shit. Call that nigga right now. He'll talk shit about anything. He don't give a fuck. Ali, what did you want to chime in about?
Nah, I could see where he's coming from people who are typically accountable. I mean, most people that take ownership over their decisions, whether they're good and bad, you know what I'm saying? Especially when they're vocal about it. I would say sometimes seem like dependable people. That's how I made my friendships, especially people who try to hold you accountable in good faith. You know what I'm saying? There are people that I know that are accountable about the wrong things as well, too. But a lot of people I heard they was talking. A lot of people just make up stuff when typically accountable people. They just make up stuff as they go. So I see what he means. Like, I bet your dad in good faith, he tries to be the best man he can be. So when he does maybe mess up, it's hard for him to own it. Like, God damn, man, I wasn't wrong right there. I still was trying to do this way, but I wasn't wrong right there. Y'all know what y'all talking about.
He's a wild, yo.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand. I'm just, hold on. Let me see something real quick. Let me call this nigga Ali. Let me see. Because he be about anything.
Was you wrong about yesterday? Nah, son.
Let me see if he picks. This nigga's crazy. I'm telling you. He's crazy as hell. If he don't pick it, he'll call me back. He think it's everybody else's fault. He'll pick his parlay thing and blame my brother. Cause my brother gave him 3 teams out of 16. And that was his fault. He lost the parlay. I don't know. He just wild, man.
They're just more intentional people, like people who care about things, and they're more aware and they're more in tune. They're more wanting to be connected versus people who don't care about things. They're not aware at all. They care less about what happens around them, what happens to you or themselves. So I can see where you're coming from.
Okay.
From what he's saying.
Okay. Go ahead, Tanzer. You want to expound more on that, or you wanted to chime in on something else?
Yeah, I wanted to go back to the former.
JT was popping. Go ahead.
As it relates to good faith, from both the man and woman's perspective, it's almost
pertaining
like
to the combos. Go ahead.
Yeah. Can y'all hear me? Okay.
Yes, sir.
It's almost like everybody's in search of validation. Like we'll go through this tunnel online and gather information on how the collective should operate, right? Rather than reflecting within self to determine who is best for me, right? Because whoever that individual is, there's not going to need to be like a controlling narrative that's spun. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of just like all of the different insights that come from online, like, yeah, it's good for research and things like that. But as far as the individual, from an individual perspective, you know what I'm saying? If we're all operating, attempting to fit into this bubble that's been painted by a select few, you know what I'm saying? Then it's like crabs in a barrel. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's fighting to try and outdo the next one, so on and so forth. When in reality, it's like, just be who you are at the best you can be. There is no competition between the next woman or the next man, as long as you're better than who you were yesterday.
Okay. But are we pit against each other though? So like when we dating and things of that nature, are we in competition?
When you say when we're in a relationship, are we in competition? Like
dating, sorry.
Mm-hmm. I think in some scenarios, yes. I've been in a situation in a relationship where there was competition.
Majority or minority of people, though, generally speaking, are they in competition when dating?
I don't think so.
No? Go ahead.
I don't think so. I think it's a battle for autonomy. I think it's a battle for, like, let me be who I am. Woman, I'm playing my game. Let me play my game. Or, man, I'm about to go out and do what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? So it's more of a battle of autonomy rather than competition. That's all speculative, though. I don't know.
For your anecdotal experience, that's how it worked for you?
I kind of explained a lot. Which portion are you referring to?
Just the last portion about the competition.
Not primarily, no. You know what I'm saying? There were definitely times where I had a controlling spirit. You know what I mean? And that's where that accountability piece comes into play. So it's like, it was like, okay, I'm seeing how things are happening. I'm seeing how things are going. It's not going how I want them to go. I'm laying down the foot. This is what it is. Right. And then on the contrary, you get that backlash. Right. But then accountability comes into play. It's like, damn, did I relay the information properly? You know what I'm saying? Was I coming from a place of the heart and the mind? You know what I'm saying? Intertwining the two to relate to the woman that I'm with. Or was it just me focused, me centered? Right?
So would you say more so than that? Yeah, I would think more so than that. You looked at it as, when I was doing my negotiation, I came in and I said, hey, this is where my bottom line is. But then you reflect after you did your conversation and communication and say, hey, was that the best plan of action of how I negotiate? Should I be better or more tactful on how I go about it?
Exactly.
Right.
It's funny because you know how people say, like, oh, I wish I had a superpower. And if I had a superpower, I'd be a mind reader, I'd fly, I'd do this, that, and the third. My superpower would be hindsight 2020 now for a future event. Make the best decision in all circumstances. But we all fall short of perfection, so.
Correct. So you know that, well, since the topic is mainly the nice guy, why women are not choosing us, I guess that's the case itself. You know, the inverse of that, if you're too accommodating to a person itself, you're not standing on the line itself, they look at you as weak and they automatically look at you attractive. So we're trying to always find that balance of, when we are doing a negotiation, to state, hey, I'm here, this is what my boundaries are itself, but also I can't go too far, because if I go too far, now you're going to check out. And that's the constant battle that we usually deal with when it comes to trying to negotiate a relationship.
Yeah, and I don't even think it's always got to be a negotiation, right? I don't think everything's always a negotiation, nor do I think everything's always a fine line. This is what it is. This is what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? At times, when there's an actionable plan put into place or a goal put into place, and both people are striving, then it's kind of just like it's operating like a river. You know what I'm saying? It's just flowing and flowing straight into the ocean, making a bigger body, keep it circulating.
But you don't think that's the form of our competition, is trying to get someone to acquiesce to what you want them to be while you get to be you? Like, I do what's best for me, and I want you to be what I want you to be. That's what it seems like people are battling over in relationships, more so than women. I believe that when we get in relationships, most of men, you're going to do something for women that you weren't doing for other women. You get what I'm saying? So when you get in a relationship, it's a battle over who's going to acquiesce to the other person. That's what it seems like. But it ultimately seems like the person who wants the relationship would acquiesce to that person, but the person who's desiring the relationship wants the person to be like they want them to be. So you don't think there's a competition there when you saying that the person still wants to be themselves, but wants the person to do what they want them to do instead of them being themselves too?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's a great point. I think that's the majority, right? That's what we primarily see out in the relationships. But I want to attempt to take a step back from the relationship in itself, right? Because I feel like a broken record when I say it all the time, but it's like everybody on this panel has went through their own trauma. You know what I'm saying? And it's like we try and hide. Who's the best at hiding their flaws, right? And it's almost like a game just to play, like who's the best at hiding their flaws. But in reality, we continually project all of those deep-seated wounds that are there. But when we heal that and we step into the world authentically to self, right? Standing within our own prison, within our own bubble, this is what it is. It doesn't matter what you have to say. This is what it is, right? I'm still open to learning, but me standing here as a man or her standing there as a woman, this is what it is. And if those two people come together, right? If those two people come together and they naturally form, those type of situations would occur because they are being who they are. It's not the act of giving, bringing them together. There's no sense of validation required for one to fulfill the other.
But how does that, Terrence, how can that truly make sense though? Just saying being who they are. Is there no reference point to who you're supposed to be? Are there gender roles? Is there responsibility you're supposed to have? Is there a responsibility I'm supposed to have, men and women? Can I just show up and go, hey, accept me as I am? What does that mean? What know what I'm saying? What does that look like? And I'm asking you because wouldn't you think I'm foolish if I want a woman to be a wife, but I'm not prepared to be a husband? Hey, you need to be a wife to me, but I'm not going to be a husband. And vice versa. A woman wants a husband, but she don't want to be a wife. So what you're saying is a lot of people keep saying certain things like that neutral stance, be who you are. You know what I'm saying? Be yourself. What does that mean today? Be yourself. Is there any responsibility and the accountability my brother was talking about? What does that look like? Is being yourself just doing whatever you want to do, or is being yourself tied to having a responsibility as well too? And maybe you're not just supposed to be doing what you want to do and being yourself in another degree. You know what I'm saying? Who are you? Are you the husband, or you still the guy for the streets? Are you the wife, or you still want to be the woman for the streets?
And being real to yourself is coming real with your primary intent, right? It's letting your primary intent be known. That's full and utmost accountability, because if there's something else that's seated below that, then that's when issues start to arise, because that spirit is speaking to their spirit, right? So quite like me and you are having this dialogue, right? I can assume Ali is being who Ali is without a hidden agenda. You know what I'm saying? And if Ali is showing up, or Terrence is showing up, or Frank or JT or Jaylene is showing up as themselves to a specific person, that person then has the opportunity and the choice to either turn around, go the other direction, or blend together and make that thing work. But that's the union between the two. And I know that sounds like marriage, but in reality, in a relationship dealing with somebody else, that's what's happening.
Right. But I'm asking you, what is being yourself? Like if I want someone to be themselves, what does that look like? You get what I'm saying? Like people that say that, hey, be yourself. I'm just being myself. If in one avenue is positive, in regards to building with somebody, friendships, relationships, then you need to change yourself. But if it's you building quality relationships, friendships, in the community, whatever you're doing that's positive, then it would make sense as well too. What is being yourself? You know, people use that term all the time. I want somebody to accept me as I am. I want to keep doing me. What does that mean?
Man, just that. It's like, it's hard to explain. It's just showing up as you are. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know how to go into detail on that. It's you just are who you are. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
That I don't know if the thing is, like, there's supposed to be some level of self-discovery and improvement when you realize the negative things about yourself. You can't keep using trauma as some excuse for crossing boundaries or habitually looking for something that's more beneficial to oneself. Like, and that's the issue that we're having. It's a battle of benefits. It's not a battle of autonomy. Everyone's autonomous. Nobody has to stay in a relationship. Most people don't, which is why we keep having a problem of dating and having sex and dating and dating. So it's not autonomy. You can do whatever you want. You have your own apartment. You have your own things. And if you don't, you live with your mom, and that's fine. There's no problem with that. It's a battle of benefit. The issue is dating is not beneficial to either party right now. Women are saying, I'm not getting what I want. This isn't beneficial to me because he doesn't pay 100% of the bills and let me do what I want to do. And men are saying it's not beneficial because why would I pay 100% of the bills and let you do what you want to do? Or how about this? Why don't you do these things? And why don't you do these things that I'm requiring? Why do I have to meet all your requirements? And to be honest with you, especially in the West, that's kind of how it goes. Men have to do everything. You have to approach, you have to date, you have to pay. And once you do all of that, you start looking at your expenses and go, the fuck am I getting? Then you think about it. It could or could not be consistent sex. It could or could not be an emotional a person you can rely on emotionally, who could or could not be sassy, disrespectful, attitudinal, moody, for whatever the reason. And then you go, man, what am
All
I
those
getting?
things don't matter.
But
the problem is that you guys are not listening about principles. The reason why a lot of relationships are falling, and when it comes to being yourself, it's supposed to be you're relying on the principles through the actions that you are providing to the world. The whole thing about it, this is what you learn from your family.
The problem that I'm having with this word and idea of principle is it tends to be one way. Why is the word chivalry established by knights and men only? Why is there no? What is the equivocation of chivalry for women? Give me the word, the origin, and their actionable steps.
Who the hell playing children's music in the background?
I don't want to hear. I want to hear him. Wait, stop! Fantastic. Let him talk. He spoke. Give me the origin of the female equivalent of chivalry, their actionable steps, and the history of it. I need something.
Okay, so what we're talking about in that wouldn't be chivalry. It would be their innocence. Because remember, when it comes to the relationship, we have to have a malleable person within that relationship. So if their innocence comes to the relationship, the principles that they live off of those innocence is supposed to be malleable to what the man meets. That has been through history with how excuse me, what do you guys call it here? I don't want to talk about her virginity, but her pureness. So her pureness coming to you itself is the thing. Chastity, thank you. Her chastity coming to you itself has been brought up, and she's supposed to act within a certain way. There's certain skill sets that she brought up and brings to. Now, when it comes to the men chivalrous side of it itself, we're supposed to give up and be that person that is strong, and as well as giving to that one that we decide to choose or is assigned to us.
That's great. I would agree. Chivalry is a principle that men are supposed to abide by, and chastity is a principle women are supposed to abide by, which means there should be no change, ideally, on both ends. But the thing you brought up was the principle of men. Tell me the last chastity that you saw from a woman in 2024. I'll do you one even better. From the 90s to 2025, since we're getting ready to go into the new year.
Yes.
Don't do it fantastic.
No,
Say
y'all,
something
you're
else.
not listening. Y'all, hold on. Somebody, y'all don't hear the fucking music playing in the
Yeah.
background. I was
Yeah,
gonna
I
cut
got
him
it
off.
muted.
Cut him off.
Yeah,
Somebody
yeah.
playing some fucking like
Somebody,
fucking circus
losing
music in the
it.
background.
somebody playing the
Cut
music
that
in the
shit off.
mall.
Yo, I
Cut the
was
fucking
What's that?
listening
music
to
off.
it. I was
My,
partying to it.
yo, my nephew's being the game right now. So I'm at my family's house. So that's what
Tell
y'all
him
hear.
turn
Y'all
it down.
hearing
How old is your
Zelda.
nephew?
He can't tell where he chilling.
Nigga, I know I
I
heard
ain't mad
Zelda,
at it.
nigga. I ain't crazy. Tell the nigga turn that Zelda down.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. let me enjoy his holiday in peace. God
He
damn.
got that shit blasting though. I know he just got it yesterday, but he gotta chill.
Come on, man. He excited. Let him play his game. Leave the man alone.
Tell him to put that shit on volume 1 like you watching channel 99, man.
Yeah, we getting old, nigga. That shit aggravating.
Oh, y'all hearing different whole music in your future, huh?
Hey, look though. Hey, I need to. That. Yeah,
So
go ahead, Frank.
We'll go back. I'm gonna ask the question.
No,
again,
nigga. He
No.
know.
Okay,
So,
go ahead.
So when it comes to the women's chastity these days itself, that goes back to the principles of men. If you are not telling your daughters to act within this specific way and they go out into the world, it's up, are you disowning them? These are not disowned women, because the whole thing about it, the men don't even go back to the fathers to actually claim to say that, hey, this is your daughter itself. This is your family. You claiming this woman? She said, yes, he follows the principles of my household. Because that's the whole thing about leadership. You automatically give them the skills and traits that they can do to go out into the world and live. So when it comes to the women that are upholding their chastity itself, most of the men look at them as bland as well, because the whole thing about it, she's not fun enough.
Wait, but it doesn't. Wait, hold on. This is the lovely thing that you just said about principle. It don't matter if we say it's not fun enough. Be chaste, because that's how principle work.
Correct. But the whole thing about it, we have free will, Cheesy. Cheeky, I realize these are the choices of us. We get to this. You don't.
Okay, so I agree. This is the choices of us, and because we've all made choices that deviates from the original plot of a principle, then that means that we have to compensate. The thing that we're learning how to do and have done, I think, decently well, is compensate. We go, hey, we'll accept your 10 bodies. Please accept 50% of the bills or 50% of something. Again, we'll accept your non-chaste ways, but don't expect me to always do something that's chivalrous. Especially when you're telling me we're equal.
But now you're using, hold on, fam. Yeah, now you're using, hey, because the market is bad, I'm going to subject my principles, and my principles should diminish as well, because at the end of the day, I'm not getting the mass return that I should be getting.
So here's wait, real quick. If I say there are, if we all agree there are principles, but nobody's following them, including the people who are supposed to have the principles, where are the principles?
That's what I said. That's individual, Cheeky itself. That's why the nice guys are finished last.
So what if my principle is pay me 50%? And I'll accept your tip. What if
that's not a principle? That's a preference. Come on, that's a preference. That's not a principle.
No, this is wait, let me just say this real quick. I'll be quick. That's what she said. I'll be quick. Because Cheek, you align with chastity and chivalry being a thing that would be equal exchange, right? But chastity is almost non-existent in the form of virginity, and men still lower their principle to meet women where they are. That is an interesting point. The other point, hold on, I want y'all to address these points, right? The other point, Ali, breathe before you let them. All right. The other point is they're coming from households of men, or at least they should be, and these women aren't being taught proper chastity principle,
proper chaste principles.
And therefore it goes back to the men and the chivalry or lack thereof. I'm just saying.
Let him finish.
No, that's done. I just want y'all to address those two things, because that was actually a decent comeback with that last one.
We've made this point over and over again.
Go ahead.
Remember this about what we said. There's no standards, and women are the standard. If there's no standard, all of them broke. If we stand on code, we're not going to be with women. So we have to break it to make connections to women. The woman is the standard. So for us to be chivalrous, they have to have chastity. That's what makes a man give you a ring. That's what makes a man wife you. So if most women have broken that, they're the standard. They lowered the standard, not the man. So men are going to be.
But
there's nowhere. Listen, if there's 10 women on here for 10 men, and 9 of those women broke it, all of those men are going to compete for that one woman. All the other, they can't even wife the other ones. But if they lower their standards to be with those women, instead of the women giving them grace, they go, you should practice discipline. You should practice self-control. No, you've lowered the standard. I don't have to wife you anymore. I don't have to give you 100% anymore. It's what Cheeky said. Now, since you lowered the standard, I can give you 50% or nothing at all. But what's funny is they up their standard, their expectations. They go, I deserve the world after destroying the chastity and saying, now you got to give me everything what the other guys that I went through didn't give me. How does that up your worth? You destroyed the standard.
So you're saying it's unrealistic to just find the ones that did uphold their chastity.
So in the very beginning, what I said is what they basically said. A man is supposed to give you something he's never given any woman. The ultimate chastity is that is marriage.
Yeah.
The woman is supposed to hold, chivalry. The woman is supposed to hold that chastity. That's what we're giving a ring to.
That's the equal exchange.
That's equal exchange. So if you went through 10 dudes and then you go, all y'all doing is knifing. Y'all not practicing discipline. Why would you go and start wifing up the women who broke their chastity? And then it's used against men. It's y'all the one women are doing. Y'all are promoting promiscuous women. Y'all promoting 3 or 4.
I understand that.
Y'all are 3 or 4s.
I understand that, but Frank's point is you're lowering your standards to be with those women.
No, you're not.
Which the answer?
No, hold on, Frank. Before you go, hey, we said this before. Fatty says it all the time. This man got 2 standards: the woman they'll smash and the woman they'll wife. That's all.
Did he freeze?
Yeah, he froze.
Hey, but
I would have to
froze.
Agree.
Yeah,
I froze. No. Fatty said we got 2 standards.
Women that smash and women that wife, right?
Men have 2 standards. Matter of fact, one of the standards is how a lot of men are finding their wife because they destroyed chastity. Most of the men find their wife smashing. They don't find it being virgins and not doing it. It's the men who are getting women are the women who get married. The men complaining, they say so-called complaining, don't even get access to women. But what made us value women was the fact it was their chastity. But there's no more chastity, like Cheeky said. So now we get to lower our expectations or up our standards as well too. I'm gonna ask y'all this, and we'll know how we fare. If we reverse this and said, women, you pay 50% of our bills, would most men be in relationships if they weren't ashamed for it? Women paying 50% of your bills because they messed up chastity, and you getting love and sex, and they paying 50% of your bills. Most men would be in relationships. True or false?
False.
You said they would be in relationships?
I'm gonna ask again. This is how we know. Listen,
hypothetically speaking,
hypothetically, women are saying they wanted to go to work. We were working, remember? And they didn't want to be virgins anymore. Now Cheeky fought for the house husband, and they don't want the men to be house husbands either. What I'm asking is, if we were house husbands and we took that role and society wasn't shaming us, and women worked and gave us 50% of the money, would most men be happy? We are a house. We can work part-time if we want. They're paying 50 or 100. Would most men be happy with that?
It's called pimping.
Yes.
Which means on either side, you can't please them. So if men would acquiesce, you want to go to work and we stay home with the kids too? All right, go ahead. And you're paying most of the bills, we'd be fine with that. But that's not even good in the market. We had it already. They said they were slaves.